It's no secret that I've been enjoying Pakistani music lately. I've kind of dived in headfirst here, and it's really taken my journey by storm here. I've always been fascinated with Pakistan and that region of the world, the culture, the food, all those things that just kind of interest me. I'm curious by nature. I'm curious about a lot of parts of the world and what they kind of offer humanity. And I love learning about people in art and all of those things. But I was really surprised by the music of Pakistan. I was expecting it to be, different and something maybe I didn't hear or instruments that were new to me, which I love doing. That's one of my favorite things to do is to really just kind of explore a different culture completely and take my musical knowledge, my background and apply that to something, completely outside of myself and things that I don't normally hear. Now, I've gone through all of Coke Studio Season 14, and I'm working on different seasons as well now, but there's one song in particular that has truly touched me. One song that has really, pretty much shook me to my core. I listen to a lot of music. I listen to things every single day. People send me things, and I'm very lucky to be in that position where people want to share so much incredible music with me. But sometimes it all becomes a blur. Sometimes, when you're doing rapid fire reactions and you're reacting to a lot of things at once, it's hard for a lot of this music to really stick or have some kind of major impact. However, this song, Jhoom, I think I'm pronouncing that right, really did have an impact on me. This is a song that I thought about hours later, days later, months later, and I'm still thinking about right now. The message of this song, it just hit me. It made me emotional. The textures of this song was beautiful. The different languages going back and forth. It truly felt like this was something incredibly original from my point of view, from a guy that listens to a lot of different music from all over the world. This was what seemed like a conversation you have with like your inner self. And the fact that they used multiple different languages and two incredible artists to really bring this song to life, and then also a choir and everything, the whole experience literally left me with goosebumps. So in today's video, what I'd like to do is I'd like to spend a little bit more time with the magical journey of Coke Studio Season 14. I just did a video for this about a day or so ago, and yeah, you guys were right. I think doing these magical journey reactions gives me a better perspective and a better appreciation for some of these wonderful talents coming out of Pakistan. So here we go. Let me pull this one up over here. And yeah. Oh, if you guys are new around here, please consider liking and subscribing. And if you want to see my original reaction, my first reaction to this song, I'll be sure to leave a link to that in my main channel. This is my second channel, if you guys don't know. My main channel might be getting shut down due to copyright strikes, so I'm kind of starting over. So if you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing. Anyway, here we go.
Season 14.
And we are going to Islamabad to meet the Praveen. उनको सुनाने हमने उनके लिए कुछ बनाया जो हमें लगता है कि उनकी स्टोरी, उनकी आवाज़, उनकी पर्सनैलिटी को भरपूर तरीके से रिप्रेजेंट करता है.
Her personality, really.
Loves it. She gives it her all.
You can see that he's a little nervous. Now, I think that's the producer, Xafi or something. I think is his name.
आपने तो जिंदगी बना दी हमारी.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
वालेकुम सलाम.
ये हैंडराइटिंग आपकी है?
जी तो जल्दी जल्दी में माफ कीजिएगा. अब ये देखिए, जैसे आपने म्यूजिक बनाया, अहले जहां को क्या खबर, कौन है मुझ में जलवागर, मैं हूं कहां तुम ही तो हो, असल में राज है यही.
ये सरेंडर है.
पर्दा शौक है ये.
he knows. Oh my God. It's having a profound effect on Exafi, and I'm so sorry if I'm butchering these names. Again, I mean no disrespect. I feel like a broken record with all this. I feel like a complete dirtbag when I mess these names up. It's just I'm such an idiot with pronouncing these things, and it's such a foreign thing to my tongue to be able to pronounce these things right. But make no mistake, I have immense respect for these artists. So please just please forgive me for that. But Exafi, I think is how you say his name. You can see that he's absolutely moved by this. The composition that he's written in these tracks and everything, he can really start to see it kind of coming alive here. And he was even like touching his eyes a little bit. I think he was kind of getting a little emotional as well. And he realized that he is about to capture lightning in a bottle with this one. And you can just kind of see it across his face. Like he's just like, from deep thinking to like that smile and that move, you know, the movement. And like, it just like, I don't know, like I'm getting goosebumps listening to this one again. And I could tell he's like putting all the pieces together and the mastermind behind this and is thinking like this is going to come together in such a unique and creative way. Yeah, there it is. He knows. He's impressed, as he should be.
लग रहा है मकसद लाइफ का आज पूरा हुआ, पता नहीं, बहुत खुशी हुई आपसे मिलके।
They're so like respectful of each other too. Like, I mean, they seem like so down to earth and so chill about everything. You know, I mean, you wouldn't think that you're like in a room or watching a room full of two like intense, very prolific artists here, especially the way they talk to each other and their mutual respect. It's kind of cool. You don't see that a lot in this genre, especially when you have mashups between producers and multiple different artists. It's kind of cool to see.
देखना ये बात है, मुझे बताइए आपकी स्टोरी नहीं है? पीड़ा नू में सीने लवाते मैं हंसदी जावा। मैंने तो आपसे सीखा ही, मैंने आपसे ये सीखा, क्योंकि आपने मुश्किलों को भी तो गले लगाया ना और हंसते हंसते किया है। अपने दिल को समझा रही हूँ कि परेशान ना हो, झूमो, इजी। ठीक है ये। अब बोलिए। तो झूम 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 झूम, तो झूम 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 झूम। क्या बात है, क्या ही बात है। तो झूम 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 झूम। वाह।
Beautiful.
कहते ने मैडम नसीबो मैडम, मैं कहनी है मैडम दा की हो गया ते लोके कहंदे ने कि तुसी बदले क्यों नहीं ते हुन मैं की बदला मसलन बे की होंदा है बदलना की करा बदल के मैं की होएगा आखिर ओदा की है।
अरे दो लाइनें रहती थी, आपने हमें मैसेज दे दिया।
They're like very philosophical. They're thinking about like big questions and big ideas of everything, but at the same time like they're like completely grounded and rooted to like what's happening around them. They have a very sense of like what is real and what is tangible in like their feelings in like this realm, but at the same time they're also thinking of like the big picture of stuff. And they do it with humor as well.
मैं आपको कहूँ, आप मेरे लिए ना ओरिजिनल है, ओरिजिनल समझती हैं? आप एक ही हैं, आपका एक्सप्रेशन भी आप ही का है। हर गाने का अपना सेट है, हमारे 5 वीडियो डायरेक्टर्स ऑन बोर्ड हैं। सो बड़ी एक इंटरेस्टिंग बड़ी टीम, नए लोग विजन भी नए है। सो जो भी गाना है ना उसकी पूरी आर्ट डायरेक्शन हो रही है मैन। सो अब आप लोग भी अगर फॉर एग्जाम्पल इस गाने में हो तो इस गाने का हिस्सा हो, यू आर पार्ट ऑफ दैट नैरेटिव जो गाना बात कर रहा है।
Oh, they're working on the set right now.
Hey, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Zishan Parvez. I'm the director for a few songs over here at Coke Studio for this season. This year it's completely different. It's a super, it's a completely different overhaul process, I guess.
Wow.
सेकंड पे किया था
This is a great set design too, because it's a big, giant, wide open space. So it feels like, you're in this like kind of like, big building or big entrance to a building or something. And, but at the same time, since it's all shot like in this one kind of location here, there's something very intimate about this song, the music video rather, which is just really cool. The fact that they're like, both ladies are kind of just sitting, and talking to each other from across this, massive room. And then still are able to do it and have a way that it still feels like personal. It still feels like very close to you. I think it's kind of an achievement in itself. And I don't know too much about music video directing or art design or any of that stuff. My knowledge of that is very limited from the stuff that I've done. But I've always really appreciated it. And I thought this was a beautiful set design. I love the lighting. Everything just looked absolutely, very crisp and clean and just gorgeous. It's a very cool location.
I'm super proud, man. They sound like angels and look like angels today as well. So super proud of them. And I'm sure you're going to love hearing them in this wondrous and amazing song. All right.
You can just feel everybody's excitement about the song as it's kind of coming to life here. I also like the mutual respect, a lot of these directors and creators have for, the artist, and the artist have for them as well. There just seems to be like a general air of mutual respect, which sometimes in, America over here, it doesn't always happen. You have people that kind of like the ego goes to their head or the power goes to their head and they feel like it's kind of beneath them or everybody's there working for them. This truly feels like it's a commutative effort here. Everybody's coming together for the one driving factor, which is to push the artistic integrity of this song forward. It's less about one specific thing or one specific angle, and it's all really just about the immersion of the art itself and it all coming to life. And I think a lot of the reason why it's readable, a lot of the reasons why it has such a major impact on a lot of us, is because I think it's coming from a very pure place. These directors, producers, artists, everybody have such a great mutual respect for each other and for this song that it kind of comes across, it does come across. It blooms into something that feels real and honest. And even though that there's a lot of money behind this and a lot of fancy camera work and lights and everything like that, it still comes across as something that seems deeply personal, which is very hard to do. So props. Interesting acoustics in this room too.
I got this track and it was the middle of the night and I listened to it and it actually made me very, very emotional.
Me too, man.
And that is the best thing about it, like letting go of your worries and whatever may be, you just Jhoom.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Saad Sheikh, the director of choreography for the song Jhoom. We have fixed an ensemble of 10 people, 5 girls and 5 boys. और हम modern contemporary को सूफीज़म और hip hop हमने popping and locking सब genres को मिला के एक चीज़ बनाने की कोशिश की है.
What a collage! Wow. The dancing was beautiful. I guess you can call it the choreography. That's exactly what it is.
कोक स्टूडियो में दोबारा आई हूँ, एक अलग अंदाज से आई हूँ, बड़े अच्छे अंदाज से इन्होंने मुझे बुलाया, तो ये भी बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है.
दरमियान में जो एंड पे कर रहा है अभी, लेकिन पहला कोरस आपका है ना, तो वो होना चाहिए, सबको पता चल जाए ये है.
आबदा जी हमारे पाकिस्तान का सरमाया, पूरी दुनिया का सरमाया है. मैं सही कह रही हूँ, मैं उनकी बड़ी फैन हूँ. मैं जब उनको देखती हूँ तो मुझे रोना शुरू हो जाता है.
Oh jeez. There it is, man. That mutual respect. Sorry.
It is basically a classical setup that we've had, and that's the beauty of it. That's the whole concept. Two legends like Abda ji and Nasibulal ji facing each other, having a conversation.
Exactly.
Stoked to be here. There's a certain transcendence that takes place when we're playing with आबदा जी हैं, नसीबो जी।
जुल्फी साहब ने बड़ा अच्छा एक मलंग सा एक आज़ादी जो है गाने की, और एक बड़ा एक रिदम जो है उसका एक मस्ताना वार है, जिसमें जो है वो एक मस्ती है, जो एक दरगाही मस्ती आ गई है इसमें, बहुत ही वो अजब है।
That's a very interesting way to put it. A spiritual trance. I definitely felt the same way listening to this the first time, and still feel the same way listening to it now. But yeah, they get it. The control is unreal.
ये बाय द वे मैं आपको जन्म बात बताऊँ, ये आइडिया की शुरुआत ये है, इन्होंने मुझे कॉल की, मेरा एक गाना आया था ग्रूव मेरा, मुझे बात याद है, बिस्मिल्लाह बिस्मिल्लाह क्या काम किया तुमने, तो मैं रुक गया। उन्होंने कहा कि नसीबों के साथ
हाँ जी से
और करें कहाँ,
नसीबो लाल जी से और बहुत बड़ी फनकार है, बस हम इकट्ठे हो गए सारे। हंसदे हंसदे है जीना, मैं निकल गई
खुद को शर्माना, दुनिया राजी कर भी नहीं है, फिर भी चैन नहीं आना।
Yeah, it's like an inner conflict, you know, like they're talking to themselves, but it really does feel like a conversation you're just kind of like having with yourself, and almost like an inner argument you're almost having, that you're basically just trying to like come to a realization of happiness in some kind of way and how to kind of do it. This song is just brilliant through and through.
पैरेलल यूनिवर्स से कुछ एग्जिस्ट करके आई है, ऐसे लग रहा है आउट नॉट फ्रॉम दिस वर्ल्ड था ये,
कोई मैजिक हुआ है इस टेक में,
पता नहीं क्या हुआ। एंड दिस वाज लाइक एन एक्स्ट्रा टेक, वी वाज लाइक कि हो गया, तो वी जस्ट डिसाइडेड कि यार एक और मैंने आपसे जी को उनकी पुरानी वीडियो दिखाई बचपन की, एंड शी वाज स्माइलिंग एंड लाफिंग,
Oh, that's awesome.
enjoying like anything, and there she was. Thank you. बहुत शुक्रिया। और एक बंदा बाय द वे इज़ वेरी डीपली इन्वॉल्व इन दिस। ऐसा नहीं है कि ये सिर्फ हम शूट कर रहे हैं या वो गा रहे हैं, साफ नज़र आ रहा है कि सब ने अपनी जो है ना रूह भी इसमें डाल दी। कोई इसको ऐसा होने नहीं दे पा रहा कि यार कहीं भी इसमें कोई मसला रह जाए, और ये तो ब्लेसिंग है यार, बल्कि ब्लेसिंग से ज़्यादा ये मिरेकल है, ये मुझे नहीं पता तो होगा।
बड़ा अच्छा, अल्लाह फतेह देगा इस प्रोग्राम को, इस गाने को अल्लाह रंग लगाए।
Yeah, man, that was absolutely beautiful. That was beautiful, dude. Yeah, I think these things for sure, you know, definitely give me a better appreciation for the artist and the process of all of this. You know, at first input, as first look at like what Coke Studio was, I was kind of taken aback from this whole thing. I'm like, oh, okay, it's some really cool production with some modern day twist on, you know, some cultural significance from Pakistan. And the more I got into this, the more I started learning about it and started really paying attention to the lyrics, the actual poetry behind this, the more I became fascinated. So yeah, I think I'm going to do more of these magical journeys. It really is giving me a better appreciation for just the art coming out of this region of the world. What a cool experience this must have been for season 14 for Igzafi. God, I hope I'm not butchering this guy's name. I hope I'm not butchering his name, because I got such respect for this dude. I mean, I've heard some of his other work. I've heard him with Call. I've heard him, you know, do other little things as well. But seeing him have complete, you know, like a designer's control over multiple different artists and song and stuff, and really just using, you know, his musical paintbrush in this kind of way, it is very exciting for me, and it's also must have been incredibly rewarding for him as well, to be able to work with so many fantastic artists and really bring these musical compositions to life in just different ways outside of, you know, your traditional band or yourself. You know, it must have been quite the honor and very cool. And you can kind of see that too, you know, and like the conversation between him and the artist and how he's kind of directing them, but at the same time he still seems to be taking what they have to say to heart and also changing or morphing things or doing whatever. And that's where things start to become more communicative. You know, it becomes like more of a goal of everybody involved in the production. It's pretty cool, man. You got to have that mutual respect, and you got to just like, you know, just be down for the ride and just be ready for, you know, the main goal, which is to basically just push the artistic integrity of whatever you're working on forward, and everything else just becomes second. Absolutely beautiful. To Jhoom, one of my favorite songs, if not my favorite song off Coke Studio Season 14. And yeah, it's just beautiful. I don't know what else I can say about that, but yeah, I think I'm gonna do more of these. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching and enjoyed listening to me ramble on about the things that I enjoy about this. If you want to see me keep going with this, please consider liking and subscribing. Like I said, I'm starting this channel over from scratch. My main channel that has a lot more pull is about to be deleted, I believe. So I'm starting over here with my Pakistani reactions. So if you enjoy hanging out, enjoy listening to me, please consider liking and subscribing. It would mean a lot to me. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye now.